Hello guys, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back update as it is hot. If this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like, comment, share, and also remember to on the notification button so that whenever our news drop, you go be the first. We will collect them. Nnamdi Kanu'S lawyer, Ejimako, has reviewed why the administration of Goodluck Jonathan never arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu agitation had already started even as far back as Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration, but Goodluck never made any attempt of arresting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, MNK Ohamadike, one of Ndibo. Let's go down to that detail so that you will see what Ejimako is saying here. Maybe he has some deep revelations to review to the Biafrans and also all of us of freedom all over the world so that you can know Goodluck's reason. The special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Aloy Ejimako, has disclosed why the Biafra agitator was not arrested by the administration of the former president, Goodluck Jonathan. Ejimako explained that Jonathan never arrested Kanu because he never saw self-determination as a crime. Recall that Kanu was first arrested in 2015 for charges bordering on treason, terrorism, and managing an unlawful society. Following his arrest, Kanu was dragged to court but was granted bail in 2017 by Justice Bintanyako of an Abuja Federal High Court. Subsequently, the IPOB leader fled Nigeria to Europe but was rearrested in Kenya in 2021. Meanwhile, that word for rearresting can be changed for extraordinary rendition because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not arrested. He was extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. And you know that 5 panel judges who came together and discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on that count, they quashed all charges against him. But even as at that, the Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, on behalf of the federal government, insisted that that charges will not be quashed, and he took the matter straight to the High Court. To the Supreme Court. And of course, you know that if Nigeria were to be a working nation, first of all, when somebody is discharged from the court, what should have happened first is that he will be released, and if there are other counts against him, then the opposition can now take the matter ahead. But this one, after discharging and acquitting him, he was not discharged from the DSS detention, he was not released, he was not set free, and right inside the jail cell there, another case was preferred against him, and which is not right. And that was why this retired judge that retired the other day was saying that Nigerians should try their best and look into their judicial system so that other nations will not look down on Nigeria. People might do things because they want it to favor them, but forgetting that other nations are looking. People that will come into Nigeria to invest will look at the judicial system of Nigeria and see that it is not balanced. It favors only the rich. Meanwhile, the law court is supposed to be the hope of the common man. But in the case of Nigeria, it's not that way. Meanwhile, let's continue with the news. He was repatriated to Nigeria and had since been locked up by the Department of State Service, DSS, while his trials continues. However, speaking at the Free Nnamdi Kanu's conference in Washington, Ejimako said the right to self-determination is a right that is allowed internationally, domestically, and continentally. The formation of IPOB did not break any law of the United Kingdom or that of Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested between 2012 and 2015 because the government then understood that self-determination was not a crime. But the government that came into power in May 2015 decided to treat self-determination as a criminal activity. So he was arrested in Lagos and charged for treason, illegal importation, and insulting the president. Of course, people have different mindset. Of course, you know that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is a learned man, because he could communicate with the constitution, and he was one of the best presidents that Nigeria had. I know that everybody in Nigeria now is missing Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, because in his administration the economy was stable. There was not there was no fluctuating of the rate of naira to dollar and the rest of them. Dollar was not going up and down. Dollar was stable. Even for because he started with the administration of Omar Musa Yar'Adua after Yar'Adua died in the office. After that, he became the president by himself, and throughout that time, the economy was very stable because he was a man who is learned and can also communicate with the constitution. But here in 2015, a man entered who could not be able to communicate with the constitution, who does not have critical analysis of Nigeria economy, and he was just implementing laws and the rest of them. First of all, they closed the border without, first of all, if you want to close the border because you want your nation to start their own domestic production, what you should have done is set up a farm, buy machines, make sure that the farm that you set up have had enough produce that will be able to take care of the nation at least for the period of 1 year. And when you see that such a thing has happened, when you have set up such a thing, what you will now do next is, now you can close the borders and say, okay, now we have been able to achieve our own produce. The products that we have produced will be able to serve the nation for a period of 1 year. And as the nation will be consuming these products for this space of 1 year, with that time we'll be able to produce another one that will be able to serve for the period of next year. With that, you can say, okay, now the nation in 1 year, the factories we have in 1 year will be able to give us a product that will serve us for 2 to 3 years. But there was no plan like that. The government just woke up one day, declared that they have closed the border. And this is the same thing that is happening in this present administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He just came into power, and the first day of his first speech as the president of Nigeria, he said there is no more fuel subsidy. There was no proper plan that was set in place to be able to cope the scarcity of fuel. Now, the prices of fuel, petrol or premium spirit as it is known, has skyrocketed. People are going to start suffering. The price of fuel has rose to 500. How are they going to manage this thing? How are the nations going to manage this thing? Of course, it's not going to affect them because they have everything at their beck and call. The government provides for them, the state provides for them, they have allowance for their food, they have fuel allowance, they have meat allowance, everything they have, the allowance, clothes, a wardrobe allowance, and the rest of them. So this thing is not even going to affect them. Now you will see how these governments are thinking, the past administration and the present administration. Believe me, the administration of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was one of the best administration that Nigeria have ever had. And I could remember the time of bringing back our girls, when Chibok girls were kidnapped by those Ndimbu. Everybody was carrying placards. People like Obias, them, and the rest of them were carrying placards saying, bring back our girl. And they kicked against Goodluck's administration. They made sure that the man left office believing that they are going to see a better Nigeria. Believing that Muhammadu Buhari was going to bring a better Nigeria. After making all the promises that students will be paid 5,000 a month, that he will create 3 million jobs and the rest of them. Now, I want to ask those who supported this past administration, where is this job? Where is this 3 million job? Has the students started receiving the 5,000 salary per month that was promised? Has dollar now gone back to 1 naira per dollar? It has not happened. It was all false promise because Nigerians, some of them, some Nigerians don't read history. Even if they read history, some of them want to make sure that they get into the coffers of the nation and pack the money for themselves. And that is what has been happening. We have the present administration. When they were asked, "What are you going to do for the nation?" they will say they will hit the ground and start running. Secondly, they will keep running. Third, they will keep running. Meanwhile, let me draw the curtain here. If this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, please go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first to collect it. Thank you for listening, my wonderful people. God bless you.